Uh, Thank you, Madam Speaker. As I second this amendment bill to the County Government's Amendment Law of 2024, Madam Speaker, while I appreciate the nexus that Senator Onyonga is trying to create, but all the same, Madam Speaker, let me extend a warm welcome to the teachers and students of Tenwek Boys High School. We are proud. I think it's one of the best schools in the country. Of course, Kapsabet Boys being the top where I went to school, and I want to encourage them to keep the spirit coming, because, Madam Speaker, Kapsabet Boys, we have produced two presidents. The fifth president, Dr. William Ruto, and the former President Moi. And of course, you as truly. So please work hard. We want to see you up there. And we are proud that you are senator. He doesn't say senator, you are senator, who is your presidium, Madam Speaker, is also a proud alma of that school and one of the top lawyer in the country, and also Senator Commissioner Joyce Korir. I wish I would have joined you on Saturday to celebrate. Thank you.
I hope his time is running.
Yes, of course it's running, Madam Speaker. I would have joined you on Saturday, but because of course, your senator knows why. Madam Speaker, let me begin by seconding. I've received so many phone calls from deputy governors, especially my brother, the distinguished senator of Meru, Cherargei Elder, the deputy speaker, seasoned legislator, Katuri Murungi, Kadhuri, and also one of the proponents of Mount Kenya East, Madam Speaker, as ably put it, and Mount Kenya East spokesperson as ably put it, that most of our deputy governors have been reduced to reading newspapers, Madam Speaker. And you know, nowadays there are some national newspapers, like the one of Standard Group, which gives us funny and interesting stories that do not add up. They like reading, so they have been reduced to taking water, reading newspapers, waiting for lunch time to go. But one thing, their offices are running dry. They don't have official vehicles, they don't have fuel, they don't have office allocation, they don't have anything, Madam Speaker. And you have to appreciate that most of the deputy governors are suffering from depression. Because if a governor notices that you are a threat to their political dominance in the county, they would want to vanquish you, Madam Speaker. I remember the story of Dr. Robert Monda from Kisii, where there was political witch hunt until he was ousted out of office. And therefore, we must agree. I remember the deputy governor of Uasin-Gishu, Engineer Bararot, was politically hounded out of the office through frustration, lack of cars, and many others, Madam Speaker. I remember the impeachment of Engineer CPA William Odwal. The impeachment came to this house of Siaya. He was politically hounded out by the Governor James Orengo and the rest until he's now frustrated. He can access the house. The petition is on the house, Madam Speaker. And you, Madam Speaker, you sit in devolution committee.
What is the point of order? Senator Eddie.
Madam Speaker, I am rising under point of order number 101 on imputing improper motive. Madam Speaker, you know the impeachment process of deputy governors affect this house both in reputation and on duty.
Senator Eddie, when you are raising a point of order, you go straight to the offending aspect.
That's what I'm going to. Right?
No, you seem to be laying some background on something. Just go to the offending bit, please.
Madam Speaker, I don't know whether you got what the senator for Nandia said, that in the impeachment of Dr. Monda of Kisii, it was a political witch hunt. And Madam Speaker, when he says that, and this House pronounced itself on the issue of Dr. Monda and impeach Dr. Monda, doesn't it impute improper motive in the entire House, Madam Speaker, that went through that case and impeached Dr. Monda? Because then, if you say it was a political witch hunt, then it affects the House that made that same decision, Madam Speaker.
That is true. Senator Cherargei, you will explain how the impeachment of Dr. Monda was a political witch hunt and provide evidence. And if you don't have that evidence, please withdraw and proceed with you.
Madam Speaker, impeachment is a political process. I expected the new deputy minority whip to be well versed. Madam Speaker, I'm saying, you know, I am saying it is part of political process, which is attributed.
Senator
Which
Cherargei,
is attributed.
Senator,
Can I
please
finish?
substantiate that it was a witch hunt. That is actually what we're saying. Everybody knows it is a political
Let me
process as
replace
well.
with the word it was a political process.
Withdraw the words witch hunt.
So I withdraw the word which and replace it with political process.
That is okay.
Which is the impeachment, which was, which when you go, you will understand the dynamics, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, what I'm just saying is that most of these processes, even the CPA, William Odual, sorry, of CIA, and I know your committee, it's lucky that you are a member of devolution, I think you are the vice chairperson, has even petitioned your committee on inaccessibility to his office. After the impeachment failed, the governor and his people have blocked access to CPA William Odual, who is the duly deputy governor of CIA, even after the House rejected his impeachment. Similar to what happened, Madam Speaker, even on Engineer Parorot, the deputy governor of Wazingishu, was subjected to political machinations until he was forced out of office, Madam Speaker. You remember even we have limbo in Kericho, and I wish the majority leader was here. The engineer Fred Kirui, and don't see eye to eye with the governor. The deputy governor has never been allowed by the governor to access the office. The office has been blocked. There is no official vehicle. There is no fuel, Madam Speaker. And it is very sad that we are subjecting deputy governors to such inhuman process, Madam Speaker. And it is sad, even I've just seen Kericho County, Madam Speaker, this is the only county where they have closed their county referral hospital, Madam Speaker, today, where many people have called me to complain, because in this bill, we are proposing the liaison, the link, Madam Speaker, in this amendment between the county government and, so you can see Kericho, Madam Speaker, and I always wonder, health is a devolved function. Why would you close a county referral hospital like what has happened in Kericho? And we hope by the close of business, Kericho County Referral Hospital must be open because it's serving people from Kisii, Nyamira, and the entire of South Rift, Madam Speaker. So Engineer Fred Crew cannot access his office, Madam Speaker. So what we are trying to do, Madam Speaker, is to ensure that we give opportunity to deputy governors. Madam Speaker, if you are lucky to have a boss like Dr. William Ruto, I remember even the impeached deputy president, the president even allowed him a budget, allowed him to chair subcommittees of cabinet, allowed him to chair cabinet meetings, Madam Speaker. Even we have seen, Madam Speaker, Professor Kithure Kindiki. If you get
what is your point of order, Senator Methu?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And mine will be very, very quick, actually. I didn't want to disrupt the flow of thought of Senator Cherargei, because that is what he does to all of us. So I didn't want to serve him his own medicine. But when he says that the president allowed him some budget, that is where I would want him to substantiate, because I thought the budget-making process is a preserve of parliament. I thought it is our parliament that does all the budgets of all government agencies in the republic.
Madam Speaker, I didn't say on the budget. I said allowed him to chair some committee of the cabinet, some committees of cabinet.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order.
Yes, Senator Methu.
I think Hansard can be produced so that we actually know what he exactly said. Because Senator Cherargei...
Senator Cherargei, can you sit down so that...
Because Senator Cherargei actually said the president allowed him some budget. That is exactly what I heard. So if he is disputing that that is not what he said, Hansard can be produced.
Senator Cherargei, let's not pull and push.
Yes, yes.
You know what you said, and you know whether it's appropriate or not, so you can withdraw, very simply.
Madam Speaker, the budgetary making process generates from the executive. And the finance and budget member is here, Senator Minority Whip. Deputy, yes, Senator Eddie can inform me on the budget making process. You wanted to inform me?
No, you were actually, sorry.
You wanted to inform yourself.
Sorry, just proceed.
Okay, okay. But what I'm saying, if you get a good boss, like President William Ruto, even the impeached deputy president was allowed a latitude to office operations, including sub-county. He was able to chair cabinet meetings, subcommittees of the cabinet. He was allowed office operations to do as per the law. Yet, under the Constitution, the deputy president is a principal assistant of the president. Even the current Professor Kithure Kindiki has now latitude of the office operations. In fact, he has been allowed to chair some committees of the cabinet. I know of governors who works very well with their deputy governor.